This is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 11 o'clock. This is Catherine Cracknell. Rishi Sunak has condemned what he's described as the callous and cowardly execution of a British-Iranian man who was convicted by Iran of spying for the UK. Ali Reza Akbari, who's a former Iranian Deputy Defence Minister, had denied the charges. Our political correspondent David Wallace-Lockhart says the execution follows failed attempts at diplomacy earlier this week.
On Wednesday, the Foreign Secretary said that Iran must not follow through on their threats to execute Mr Akbari. The US government also tried to get involved on this. Now, obviously, there is an attempt to deal with this diplomatically in the aftermath, but this is very likely to make bad relations just even worse at this point.
Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, has come under another missile attack, with officials reporting strikes on key infrastructure. Residents were urged to take shelter as a number of explosions were heard. Dr. Frank Ledwidge, who's a former UK military intelligence officer, says Russia is making a major mistake by targeting Kyiv.
It's a strategic air campaign, the aim of which is to undermine the morale of the Ukrainian people. Historically, these campaigns have never worked. This one isn't working, and I defy anyone to find a Ukrainian citizen who's been targeted by this, whose reaction is anything other than having their morale and will to fight strengthened.
Brazil's former Justice Minister Anderson Torres is reported to have left the United States to return to his country, where he faces arrest for colluding with rioters who stormed government buildings. Mr. Torres was the head of security in Brasilia when the attacks happened last Sunday. Ministers say guidance to landlords in England on mould and damp health risks will be reviewed